Okay, so here we are. This is the main entrance right here. You can see that this is also called the Hanjiao Lie Temple, which is going to be one of the main areas that we're coming out about. You've got, in all of these temples, it seems, you have a lot of these ancient script tablets, like this one right here. They're also called steels, and they're basically these big chunks of metal with Chinese writing on them. I'll take you in here so you can kind of see. Yeah. Okay. So that was one of these tablets. There's another one on the opposite side, and both of these are just basically commemorating the the Zhuge Liang and the temple, and just everything itself. You saw some big turtles under there, and this particular kind of turtle is thought of as the son of the dragon, and turtles in general are kind of thought of as lucky here, and that's kind of why you kind of see that. Now, this is the entrance to the main temple here, or one of the main parts of the main temple, and you can see this long area of Chinese writing. Now, this also extends up to the other side over here. If you can kind of look on the other side, you can kind of see the same thing on the other side. And basically what this is talking about is this is one of the series of military expeditions. The person that this temple's based, that this section of the temple is based off of. And you can see there's a lot of people here because this is like one of the great stories of China. So on this side, you can see these statues of all these different generals all the way down up here. And on the other side, you have civil officers. You can't kind of see because of the trees right here. But these are the main generals, and there's little tablets about each one of them on in front of them. And they just recently put these tablets here. They had replaced them, and these are significantly nicer than the ones that were previously there. So you can just see as we're walking around, seeing lots of different generals, and most of these guys you haven't actually gotten to in the book yet. This guy right here, Huang Zhong, that's this guy. You're gonna see him later. Jiang Wei, he's also going to be really important kind of near the end. But because we're in, especially because we're in Chengdu right now, we haven't really kind of gotten to that part in the book yet. But you can see, once again, we're kind of flying through this. Ma Chao, I'll give you a little brief on him because he's a really interesting guy. He is basically from one of the precursors to the Mongols. They were called the Xiliang people. Sun Qian, you kind of have seen him before. He's one of those right-handed people to Liu Bei. Now, I'm going to take you over to this side. Now, we're gonna be talking about everything that's right here in just a second, but I do want to knock out. See, we got all these people. I do want to knock out these main people first. So, see this guy right here? This is Liu Bei. This is the big brother. The big brother here, and you can, if you look really closely, I don't know if I can zoom that in. See how he's got the big ears? They always talked about him having being a big-eared villain or big-eared this or big-eared that. You can kind of see there that's that's his. He's there. Now over here, this is the little brother. He's kind of crazy eyes, right? That's Sandi Zhang Fei. And coming across here And all of these all these temples in China have these things that you have to step over in order to get anywhere. And you see all this thing right here. You got to step over here, and that has to do with because of they like traditionally think that goats cannot cannot step over that for some reason. Okay, Pang Tong, you'll see who he is later as well. He's a really important guy. And Jiao Yang, he's also there. Maybe I missed him on the other side there. Okay. Let's go ahead and, because the fourth brother's around here somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe I skipped him because I saw Ma Chao over there. But Zhao Yun or Zhao Zilong, he's the other guy that you should remember. You should know about him, and he should be one of the closest up here to the front. So let's see if he's over here. He should be on the general side. Yeah, there he is. There's Zhao Yun. See that? Zhao Yun. And there he is. It doesn't look quite like how he does in the movies and all that kind of stuff. But that's the basic idea there. So now let's go ahead and go around this way. So yeah, we're still, this is the, kind of temple dedicated to the Shu Kingdom and what will eventually become the area that controls all of southwestern China. See how this whole structure is right here? Once again, we're kind of flying by a little bit. You can put it on slow motion if you need to. You can see how the doors are all structured in circles. I'm going to come up along this way. And now, this is, when they say Wu Hou Ci, they're talking about the Marquis of Wu, right? And Marquis of Wu is Zhuge Liang. Now, this is the guy that ends up being like the top strategist for Liu Bei, right? And he always has this feather fan. He's always holding it right there, and you can kind of see how he is there. And all of these temples, you can see right here. He's got his like two of his grandchildren and stuff here, watching after him as well. In the book, he's kind of one of the top guys that you're going to learn about. Basically, it's Liu Bei, Zhang Fei, Guan Yu, right, and Zhuge Liang. Oh, and Zhao Yun, right? All those guys equally important in the book, as well as Cao Cao, Sun Quan, these other, but those were from the other kingdoms. So you're not going to see anything about Cao Cao or Sun Quan or any of the other characters. Now, this is the temple. See, that's actually a history-based side of it. This one right here is kind of dedicated to the stories, and so this gives you a little bit more of a appearance that's going to be closer to what you know of from that TV series, and so this should look a lot more closer to how these guys actually look. So let's see. If we go over here, who do you think this guy might be? That's difficult, right? With the eyebrows. Okay. Now, this guy. He should look familiar. And then last one. Oh, crazy eyes. The face and everything, yeah. So, yeah, that's the, that's how, that is, you have some tablets of the different drawings and all that kind of stuff around. See how it's all like relatively well maintained. It's not kept up very well. It's not like Japan is, where everything looks just absolutely stunning. But all in all, not bad. So let's go ahead and come in around this way right here. I think that was the main one. So let's go ahead and head over this way. So those are the temples themselves. Now, you can see how pretty all of this is, right? See people trying to take pictures of themselves. And we follow this around right here. Yeah, this is all going to be a little bit simplified, but that should be okay. I hope it's not too loud in the from everybody else here. You can see the traditional buildings. A lot of these were built originally built after he died. But then after that, he had, this is the Zhuge Garden, you'll see. And then it's been rebuilt, over the years, because, that was, like 2,000 years ago. So, isn't this pretty? I mean, this is a really great place to just like take a walk and see everything. It's quite well maintained. You can see all around here. Now it starts to get a little bit more quiet, fewer people. It's so nice here. Chongqing's so hot right now. This right here, it's in the 80s, but it's not bad. A little bit warmer than I prefer, but and this is just a little nature walk. Well, not really nature. But Zhuge is famous for, tending gardens and taking care of and living in nature. He actually, you haven't learned about him yet, but Liu Bei found him and went to his house and actually visited 3 times to try to convince him to join Liu Bei's group. And he always just wanted to stay in nature and do gardening and kind of be at peace with himself. Okay, so now this right here is the Hanjiao Wei Mausoleum, right? This is dedicated to the Hanjiao Emperor. And the Hanjiao Emperor is Liu Bei. So this right here, this big, tall mound of dirt right here, which is next to me, this is the tomb of Liu Bei, Liu Xuande. You can kind of see how this whole section right here is we're all just kind of going right around it. And this is, hi. This is Liu Bei. And, nobody has any idea what all's buried under here with him. But what we do know is he had 2 wives, Lady Gan and Lady Wu. And when he died, they had to move Lady Gan's tomb to join him. So she had already been buried long ago, and you'll see that in the story as well. You can actually find out how she dies. And so they had to move her tomb over to where he was buried. And then his other wife died after that. And they ended up having her interned in this tomb as well. So there you have it. This is pretty much my favorite part of China. I really like it here. Not as much, when it's really busy, but this is the Tomb of Liu Bei and the Wu Ho Temple. And talk to you soon.